Welcome to the U.S. Daily News Briefing for Saturday, May 16, 2026. I'm your anchor bringing you the most important stories from across America today. In today's program, we have 15 top stories covering other and more, all sourced directly from America's most trusted news organizations including Reuters, the Associated Press, CNN, NPR, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and other major outlets. Let's get started with our top stories. Our top story today: Trump says U.S. has killed Islamic State leader in Nigeria. As reported by ABC News, CBS News, and one other major outlets, President Trump announced Friday evening that U.S. and Nigerian military forces had killed Abu Bilal al-Manuki, a leader of the Islamic State group, in a meticulously planned and very complex mission. Mr. Trump described al-Manuki as the Islamic State's second-in-command globally and the most active terrorist in the world. He will no longer terrorize the people of Africa, or help plan operations to target Americans, Mr. Trump wrote on Truth Social. With his removal, ISIS's global operation is greatly diminished. The Nigerian president's office also confirmed the operation and said that early assessments confirmed the elimination of al-Manuki. Several of his lieutenants were also killed, the office said. The operation took place at al-Manuki's compound on Lake Chad Basin, the Nigerian president's office said. Nigeria's Defense Department described it as a meticulously planned and highly coordinated counterterrorism operation. A native of Nigeria, al-Manuki was described by the U.S. State Department in 2023 as a leader of the Islamic State, or ISIS, in Africa's Sahel region. The story has been confirmed by ABC News, CBS News, NPR. Also in the news, Rubio, once a China hawk, strikes softer tone to align with Trump. According to New York Times, as a senator, Marco Rubio even hinted at the need for regime change in China. Now he talks about cooperation. Reported by New York Times. Moving on, Hunter Biden resurfaces in LA, reacts to questions about Biden tapes, UFO files. According to Fox News, exclusive, Hunter Biden was spotted by paparazzi in West Los Angeles this week, where the former first son briefly reacted to questions about ongoing litigation surrounding former President Joe Biden's interview tapes and alleged government UFO files. Hunter, what do you think of the DOJ when they release your father's interview tapes from the biography that he did? A reporter asked as he approached Biden near Wilshire Boulevard. What are you talking about? Hunter Biden said. The exchange comes amid ongoing litigation seeking the release of audio tied to former President Joe Biden's classified documents probe, which fueled scrutiny over the elder Biden's memory and fitness while in office. The probe examined Joe Biden's handling and discussion of classified material during conversations with ghostwriter Mark Swanitzer. Special counsel Rob Hur said the author had deleted the files, but the Justice Department was able to recover them. The conservative watchdog Oversight Project sued the DOJ seeking release of audio recordings from Joe Biden's interviews with special counsel Robert Hur. Biden has denied wrongdoing and said he cooperated fully with the probe. The story has been confirmed by Fox News. In other developments, GOP Senator Cassidy fights to hold on to seat in Louisiana primary. According to CBS News, Washington, Louisianans are voting Saturday in the state's Senate primaries as Senator Bill Cassidy fights to hold on to his seat. A handful of Republicans are facing off Saturday in a competitive primary to win the GOP nomination as Cassidy, a Republican who has occasionally broken with his party, seeks a third term in the Senate. Cassidy, 68, was one of 7 Senate Republicans who voted to convict Mr. Trump in his impeachment trial after the January 6 attack on the Capitol in 2021. And although he's emphasized his cooperation with the administration in recent years, the president endorsed Representative Julia Letlow in January, encouraging her to for the seat. Letlow, 45, became the first Republican woman elected to represent Louisiana in Congress in 2021 after winning a special election for Louisiana's 5th congressional district following the death of her husband, who died in 2020 from complications related to COVID-19 before he could be sworn into office. The story has been confirmed by CBS News. Turning now to exclusive video, Bishop Barron to address true threat to democracy at Trump prayer event. According to Fox News, exclusive, at President Donald Trump's Rededicate 250 prayer event on the National Mall this weekend, Bishop Robert Barron will address the marginalization of God and religion in society, which he said he considers a true threat to democracy. Rededicate 250 is a major prayer event set for Sunday as a way of rededicating the nation as one nation under God ahead of America's 250th anniversary. The event, which is being organized by the Trump-aligned Freedom 250 nonprofit, is expected to include the president, White House cabinet members and major faith leaders. In an interview with Fox News Digital, Barron, perhaps America's most well-known and beloved Catholic bishop, revealed that his address at the event will emphasize his belief that if you marginalize and privatize religion, democracy is in danger. God is essential to the very foundations of American democracy, he asserted. The story has been confirmed by Fox News. We're also following, can a Republican defy Donald Trump and survive? Kentucky voters will decide. According to The Guardian, at Pee Wee's Place, a bar and restaurant in Crescent Springs, Northern Kentucky, biscuits and gravy go for $6 and liver and onions for $14.75. The walls are adorned with U.S. flags, sports memorabilia, amusement machines, a TV showing Fox News and a poster that proclaims, "Let the gays get married. Let the rednecks have their guns. Let the atheists be atheists. Let the Christians be Christians. America is about freedom." Sitting at the bar, John Johnson, 78, and his son Lance, 47, are discussing an upcoming election in which Thomas Massie, a maverick congressman, is aiming to prove that a Republican can defy Donald Trump and survive. "I'm leaning to Massie because I like his attitude when it comes to being straight up on issues," says John, a contractor who voted for Trump in 2024. The story has been confirmed by The Guardian. On the economic front, at least 5 people pardoned by Trump for Capitol attack accused of new crimes. According to The Guardian, the number of president's supporters accused of committing new crimes after Donald Trump pardoned them for their roles in the January 6, 2021 U.S. Capitol attack recently increased to at least 5. Ryan Nichols, 35, became the latest such Capitol attacker on May 10, when authorities in Harleton, Texas, say he threateningly displayed a handgun to a person with whom he was arguing in a church parking lot. Nichols in November 2023 had pleaded guilty in connection with the insurrection at the Capitol from Trump supporters after his first presidency ended in defeat to Joe Biden after the 2020 election. Among other things, he acknowledged attacking officers with pepper spray and making a video during the riot in which he said, "It's going to be violent," and, if you are asking, is Ryan Nichols going to bring violence? Yes, Ryan Nichols is going to bring violence. A federal judge later sentenced Nichols to 5 years and 3 months in prison. The story has been confirmed by The Guardian. On the world stage, Fetterman frustrates Democrats with pro-Trump remarks on Fox News. According to The Hill, Democrats once hailed Senator John Fetterman, Democrat Pennsylvania, as the party's poster child, a plain-spoken, hoodie-wearing populist who appealed not just to those in his party but to independents and even some Republicans. Lately, though, some Democrats say he's appealing to Republicans and turning his back on H, reported by The Hill. In technology news, the townspeople of Vilseck, Germany, worry that Trump may pull out 5,000 U.S. troops. According to NPR, the townspeople of Vilseck, Germany, worry that Trump may pull out 5,000 U.S. troops. Vilseck, Germany. It was Torsten Gradler's first day on the job as mayor of the Bavarian town of Vilseck when, at his introductory press conference, a journalist broke it to him. "Did you hear the news?" "It's bad news," said the journalist, informing the new mayor of a German media report that President Trump's announced cuts to the U.S. troop presence in Germany would mean the removal of 5,000 soldiers from the town he'd just been elected to run. Mayor Gradler's face sank. "Are you serious?" "This is hitting me hard, I have to admit," he said, his eyes welling up with tears. "I'm pretty emotional, actually." Since that day, Gradler has been busy doing interviews with international media that have descended on his tiny town, population 6,500. While he finishes up his 5th interview of the day, the town's church bell rings noon, and roosters in the alley behind Vilseck City Hall respond with a chorus of cock-a-doodle-doos. The story has been confirmed by NPR. In health news, Trump ambiguity raises questions on U.S. support to Taiwan. According to The Hill, President Trump's ambiguous stance on Taiwan and arms sales is raising questions about future U.S. support for Taipei in the aftermath of the summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Trump told reporters on Air Force One en route back to Washington that he did not want to say whether he would be reported by The Hill. Closer to home, DOJ to create $1.776 billion Truth and Justice Commission to compensate allies, sources. According to ABC News, Trump administration to create $1.776 billion Truth and Justice Commission to compensate allies, sources. Trump plans to drop his IRS suit in exchange for creating a compensation fund. The Department of Justice is finalizing a deal to launch a so-called Truth and Justice Commission and establish a compensation fund of $1.776 billion to pay claims made by alleged victims of government weaponization in exchange for President Donald Trump dropping his ongoing lawsuit against the Internal Revenue Service, sources told ABC News. Sources told ABC News that the proposed deal, which is likely to face legal hurdles and has already been criticized by Democrats as a slush fund for Trump's allies, arose after months of deliberations between the White House and DOJ officials who originally attempted to craft a legal justification for the settlement to compensate Trump directly. The story has been confirmed by ABC News. Elsewhere, Kash Patel's visit to Capitol Hill gets heated, and a walk in the Beatles' footsteps, the news quiz. According to NBC News logo Politics US. News World Local New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Dallas, Fort Worth, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Boston, Bay Area, South Florida, San Diego, Connecticut. Sports, business, shopping, tip line, culture, science, health. Subscriber hub, saved newsletters, profile, subscription preferences sections. US News, politics, world, business, sports, investigations, culture and trends, health, science, tech, weather, video, photos. NBC Select, NBC Asian America, NBC BLK, NBC Latino, NBC Out. Local New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Dallas, Fort Worth, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. The story has been confirmed by NBC News. And finally, what to watch in Saturday's Republican Senate primary in Louisiana. This story was reported by New York Times. And finally, in Congress, a sexual harassment minefield persists, aides and former staff say. According to New York Times, nearly 10 years after Congress instituted measures to make it easier for women to lodge harassment complaints, lawmakers and aides say the behavior is still rampant. Reported by New York Times. And finally, after Indiana purge, Trump sets sights on Louisiana's Bill Cassidy. According to Fox News, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, after taking out 5 Indiana state senators who opposed his push for congressional redistricting, President Donald Trump's next target is Republican Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana. Cassidy, who 5.5 years ago voted to convict Trump in his impeachment trial, is fighting for his political life in a competitive race against 2 major challengers, including one backed by the president, in Saturday's GOP Senate primary in the solidly red southern state. Trump and his allies, including Republican Governor Jeff Landry of Louisiana, are backing GOP Representative Julia Letlow in the Senate primary. Also in the race is former Representative John Fleming, who is the state treasurer. If no candidate cracks 50% of the primary vote, the top 2 finishers will face off for the nomination in a June 27 runoff election. The primary is the latest test of Trump's endorsements in GOP nomination races and of the president's immense grip over the Republican Party. The story has been confirmed by Fox News. That's all for today's U.S. Daily News Briefing. Over the past 12 minutes, we covered 15 of the most important stories happening across America right now. All information presented was sourced directly and accurately from Reuters, AP News, CNN, NPR, The New York Times, The Washington Post, Fox News, Politico, NBC, ABC, CBS, and other major American news organizations. No information has been altered, fabricated, or editorially distorted. If you found this briefing valuable, please subscribe, like, and share so more people can stay informed. We'll see you tomorrow for the next U.S. Daily News Briefing. Stay informed and stay safe.